Guys, this game may just be the next big mobile esport, as long as they can get this one thing right. What is that one thing? Stay tuned to find out. What's up, FOciety? I'm Focused, and welcome back to the Hype Factor, where we take a look at the initial gameplay experience of a game. We break down its hype rating and decide if it has what it takes to deserve more of your time once you turn it off. Now, before we begin, if you're new here and you're like me and you don't have time for lengthy reviews and numbered score systems, and you just simply want to know, Focused, is this game any good? Make sure to click that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, and you'll get your answer in the next Hype Factor video. Alright, today's Hype Factor subject is the newest competitive hero mobile first-person shooter, ShadowGun Wargames, from developer Madfinger Games, who's also known for their games ShadowGun Legends and their Dead Trigger series. ShadowGun Wargames released on iOS and Android back on February the 12th, 2020, and there's going to be a Nintendo Switch launch, but it's coming at a later date. So I played about 10 hours of the game, and after the initial gameplay experience, let's dive in and break down ShadowGun Wargames hype rating. Disclaimer: any and all views contained herein are my opinions and will be stated without understanding. Any real world similarities in the views and opinions expressed are probably because you aren't a mindless robot and are able to think for yourselves. First up is the hook. And the hook is basically, does the game grab your attention? And right off the bat, loading into the game, starting up and playing it, the aesthetic stuck out to me. There's a lot of bright neon colors. There's pinks and purples and oranges. It keeps your focus on the screen and on the game. There's 5 characters. They have different play styles, and I've played all 5 of them, and they all feel different. There's a soldier, there's a tank, there's an assassin, there's a sniper, and there's a grenadier. And each one of them plays completely different. They have different weapons, different play styles, and they can all fit into the team. So there is a battle pass. There's 100 levels of rewards to grind. And what's really interesting for this game is they do it so well. The battle pass it's probably one of the best battle passes I've seen in any mobile game or game in general. It's full of skins and emotes and avatars and weapons charms. And just like battle passes in other games, you've got like a lot of challenges and objectives that you do that gain you points to go towards leveling up that battle pass. And the customizations. So each character has a number of different options. They have like victory poses and their emotes and their skins and what weapon charms that you could use for them. And the customization goes pretty deep. So when the game's loading up, you can customize the statistics that it shows when it shows your character. So you can show it like your kill to death, or you can show like how many games you've won or how many games you've got an MVP. So after the initial gameplay experience, ShadowGun Wargames just absolutely nails so many different things to keep you hooked, so it absolutely earns the hook checkmark. Next up is yearning. And yearning is basically, does it make you yearn to keep playing deep into the night instead of shutting things off? So with ShadowGun Wargames, the games themselves are about like 5 to 10 minute games, depending on if you're playing Team Deathmatch or Capture the Flag, which are the 2 game modes that are currently available. Since the games are so fast and they're so fun, you have that feeling of, all right, let's just do one more, right? And the Battle Pass rewards are worth grinding. The challenges aren't like super duper hard. So as you're completing these weekly challenges, then you're leveling up and you're getting Battle Pass points, each individual tier gives you something cool that you want to like keep playing and not put it down, because you want to get that next thing. You want to get that next skin, you want to get that next emote, you want to get that next avatar. And the combat for the game is so smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest mobile games that I've played. Right at the beginning, I think you get one of the characters, you get the soldier to start with, and you have to level up to unlock the characters, which is just another thing that you want to grind for, right? You want to unlock all 5 characters. I think you have to get to level 12 to get the 5 that are currently in the game. So you want to keep playing to unlock them, and they're not super hard to get. You just have to level up, which means you have to keep playing. And you want to unlock them because you want to be able to swap them out, learn their play styles and abilities, or like you're in a game and you get absolutely destroyed by one of the characters. You're like, shh, man, I want that one. Let me keep grinding until I get it. As of right now, there's no ranked mode or any sort of ladder system for any true type of competitive play. It's probably my most requested feature about the game. It's only season 1. I've heard some rumors that ranked is coming in season 2. I hope so, because it's absolutely like a must-have to keep those hardcore players around. So, after the initial gameplay experience, they do such a great job at keeping you invested in the game and giving you things to constantly strive for. Without a doubt, in my mind, ShadowGun Wargames easily earns the yearning checkmark. Now, before we continue, at the beginning I said that ShadowGun Wargames could be the next big mobile esport if they could just nail this one thing. So, in the comment section below, I want to know, in your opinion, what does the game absolutely need to have to nail that esport potential? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's move on. The positives. What does the game do right? ShadowGun Wargames takes the fun of hero shooters like Overwatch or Paladins, and they make it work on a mobile platform. The heroes, so far from my gameplay, they seem balanced. There's a counter for pretty much everything. There's only a roster of 5 characters right now, so that absolutely could change with the introduction of more characters. But as of right now, I didn't really notice anything that felt super unbalanced. It doesn't try to be Overwatch. It doesn't try to be Paladins. It doesn't try to be any other type of hero shooter. They use characters from their own universe, and you see a lot of like copy and paste in the mobile scene of like super successful games. They copy and paste them. They use the same sort of abilities and stuff. This game isn't like that. It's not just a copy and paste of those successful games. It is absolutely 100% can stand on its own, and it does. Another thing that I like is the optimization. The game runs really, really good on ultra settings, as well as lower settings on less powerful phones. So I play on an iPhone 11, and I was able to put the FPS all the way up to 90, put the graphics all the way up to ultra high, and the game runs as smooth as butter. Played it on the iPad, put it all the way up to 90, the graphics on super high, absolutely not a single stutter. I even got out my old iPhone 6s Plus, and it ran great. They have done an absolutely amazing job at optimizing the game, at least for iPhone to run on many different generations, which is great because that opens up the amount of people that are going to be able to hop in and play the game. Some people may not be able to play on the best settings, but that's okay because even on the lowest settings, it still looks really good. One of the biggest things about mobile gaming is you got to be able to adjust your heads-up display. You got to be able to put your buttons where you want them because every person has a different type of grip, and that's hugely important for making the game comfortable to play in longer game sessions. But everyone has a different grip. Everyone holds their phones or their device a different way. So being able to offer a customizable HUD at this global launch is absolutely a positive. The cosmetics are fun and they're entertaining. They're detailed. They're worth the money. It's got an item shop where you don't have to do loot boxes. You don't have to take chance on anything. They have skins in the game and they're pretty darn cool. You just pay money for them and you get them. It's amazing. It's a very basic way of implementing monetization in your game without alienating and taking advantage of your player base. And I think they absolutely nailed that. It just does a great job of monetizing a free-to-play competitive shooter without an ounce of pay to win. You can't buy weapons. You can't rent weapons for 3 days. You can't buy loot crates. You can't buy loot boxes to try and get attachments or get different weapons or get boosts. There's none of that. It's just completely cosmetic items, and that's the way it needs to be. So, after the initial gameplay experience, ShadowGun Wargames just absolutely knocks the positives out of the park, and it comes away with a check mark. Last but not least is ease. Is it easy to understand the game and its mechanics? The game starts you off in a tutorial. It's got quick and easy explanation of the modes, abilities, and the mechanics, and you play with bots in that first game. So once you learn the basics of the game, you'll start learning in depth and you'll start learning the characters more. But the tutorial teaches you what you need to know to get you out there and get you playing with real people. Especially if you're new to mobile shooters, there's two different options. There's manual shooting and there's auto shooting. The auto fire allows you to not have a dedicated fire button, and when your crosshair comes in contact with an enemy, it'll start auto firing. It sounds silly, but it's actually done really well. It recognizes the hitbox really well. If you duck behind a corner, it stops firing. If you pan off of the enemy, it'll stop shooting. It's done really, really well. Then for people like me who have played plenty of mobile shooters, you can also have the manual shooting where you have a dedicated fire button, dedicated scope button. So it has something there for people who have played these types of games before, and an option that's done really well for people that are new to it. It doesn't really give you an advantage, the auto fire. It pretty much balances it out between new people and the advanced people. So after the initial gameplay experience, ShadowGun Wargames absolutely, without a doubt, nails the ease checkmark. So we've broken down ShadowGun Wargames hype rating. We discussed its hook, its yearn, its positives, and its ease. Now for the moment of truth. Does ShadowGun Wargames have the hype factor? Does it deserve more of your time once you turn it off? Now, I believe every so often a game comes out that just blows the standard away and just sets the bar higher. ShadowGun Wargames can absolutely be that game, and it's off to such a tremendous start. Like I said earlier, I'd absolutely love to see a ranked mode release for the more hardcore competitive players. And in my opinion, if it wants to foster an esports community and potentially be that next big mobile esport, the one thing it absolutely needs to have is advertising. I just don't think word of mouth is enough to carry a game into the mainstream spotlight anymore. You absolutely must aggressively advertise your game and get it in front of eyeballs, or you'll just end up like every other wannabe esports, washed up, forgotten about game, Arena, Valor. So it's with my expert opinion that ShadowGun Wargames absolutely, hands down, without a doubt, 100% has the hype factor. And it not only deserves more of your time once you turn it off, but it also deserves your attention to what they've got planned next and what they've got coming into the future. If you're interested in downloading the game, I will have the link for the Google and the App Store in the description below. If you enjoy the hype factor and you don't have time for lengthy reviews and you just want to know, Focus, is this game any good? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications, and you'll get your answer in the next hype factor video. Also, feel free to come join the 200 plus member FOciety Discord and join our daily conversations based around games, life, content creation, and wieners. The link is in the description below. I also have a partner Twitch channel where we play a bunch of different things. We hang out as a community and discuss our favorite passion, gaming. That link will also be below if you're interested in joining us during a live session every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening, starting around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, FOciety, off to the comments I go. Again, my name is Focused. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, until next time, be safe and take care of each other.